Fans go wild as Dylan Wang unexpectedly shows up with Shen Yue's family at press conference. The cameras were already flashing. The room was filled with reporters, industry insiders, and devoted fans waiting for what they thought would be a routine press conference, a simple family appearance from Shen Yue, the actress who had captivated hearts across Asia. But no one, not a single person in that crowded hall, was prepared for what came next. Hold on tight, K-drama family, because this journey is only just beginning. The world of your favorite celebrities is unfolding before your eyes, and every moment is more breathtaking than the last. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications right now, because trust me, you do not want to miss what's coming next. The revelations, the emotions, the moments that will change everything. Because just as the doors swung open and Shen Yue's family entered, walking gracefully to their seats, another figure appeared behind them. Tall, charismatic, instantly recognizable. It was Dylan Wang, and the entire room erupted. Gasps filled the air, followed by screams so loud they nearly drowned out the clicking of cameras. The media scrambled to capture the moment, lenses zooming, microphones thrust forward. Fans, who had been quietly watching the live stream at home, jumped to their feet as if pulled by invisible strings. Is that Dylan Wang? He's with Shen Yue's family. What does this mean? The press conference, which was meant to be orderly and calm, suddenly felt like the epicenter of a storm. For years, Dylan Wang and Shen Yue had been the subject of speculation. Their on-screen chemistry in Meteor Garden had been so electric, so believable, that fans refused to believe it ended with the cameras. Every glance, every laugh, every shared interview was replayed endlessly online, dissected for clues. And now here he was, not as a co-star, not as a guest, but walking alongside her family. The symbolism was undeniable. Reporters shouted questions, their voices overlapping in chaos. Dylan, are you here as Shen Yue's guest? Is this official? Are you meeting the family? Dylan Wang did not answer immediately. Instead, he paused beside Shen Yue's parents, bowing respectfully to them before taking a seat in the same row. The gesture was small, but the meaning was enormous. In Chinese culture, sitting with a family, especially in front of the public, is more than a casual act. It is a sign of closeness, of acknowledgement, of something far deeper than mere friendship. The cameras captured every second. Shen Yue herself appeared moments later. Dressed simply but elegantly, she entered the room with a calm smile that faltered just slightly when her eyes met Dylan's. For a moment, the world seemed to stop. Her expression softened, a flash of surprise followed by something warmer, something fans instantly recognized but could not fully name. She walked to the stage, her family following and Dylan alongside them, like a silent guardian. The conference began as planned, with questions about Shen Yue's upcoming projects and family life. But the energy in the room had shifted. No one cared about schedules or contracts. All eyes remained fixed on Dylan. And then, midway through, the inevitable question came. A reporter stood, his voice steady but daring. Dylan Wang, your presence here with Shen Yue's family has caused a global stir. Can you tell us why you are here today? The room fell silent. Even the air seemed to hold its breath. Dylan leaned forward, his voice calm, low, but carrying an undeniable weight. I am here today, he said slowly, because Shen Yue is not just a colleague to me. She is someone very important in my life. And being here with her family is something that feels right. The crowd erupted. Fans watching online screamed, cried, collapsed against their screens in disbelief. Hashtags exploded. Dylan with the family, Shen Yue and Dylan, the truth we waited for. Even the press conference itself could barely continue as the audience buzzed with unstoppable energy. Shen Yue glanced at Dylan then, not with shock, not with denial, but with a quiet, knowing smile. And that smile was all it took. It was confirmation enough. For years, their story had lived in shadows, in speculation, in whispers carried across fan forums. But today, under the brightest lights, with her family by his side, Dylan Wang had taken the boldest step yet. He had shown the world that this was not just rumor. This was real. And fans across the globe, from Beijing to Bangkok, from Seoul to San Francisco, wept with joy. Because at last, the dream pairing they had believed in for so long had crossed the line between fiction and truth. The conference ended in chaos, reporters shouting, fans crying, bodyguards struggling to contain the surge. But through it all, Dylan remained calm, steady, walking once more with Shen Yue's family at his side. And as he left the hall, his hand brushed against Shen Yue's ever so slightly. The cameras caught it. The fans saw it. That fleeting touch spoke louder than any official statement could. Dylan Wang leaves the press conference with Shen Yue's family. The press conference had ended, but the chaos it unleashed was only beginning. The hallways outside were packed. Fans, reporters, flashing lights everywhere. Security guards struggled to contain the frenzy. Everyone wanted one thing: a glimpse of Dylan Wang and Shen Yue together. Inside, Shen Yue's family moved cautiously toward the exit. They had attended public events before, but never like this. Never with the eyes of an entire nation, no, the entire world, fixed upon them. And, at the center of it all, Dylan Wang, walking quietly at their side. The cameras followed every step. His tall frame, steady, composed, not trailing behind, not walking apart, but moving as if he already belonged to Shen Yue's family. The symbolism was undeniable. Then the exit doors burst open, and thousands of fans erupted in deafening screams. Placards filled the night air. We support you both. Shen Yue and Dylan forever. Family means love. Tears streamed down faces. This wasn't just a press event. It felt like the finale of a drama, years in the making. Shen Yue's mother studied Dylan closely. Her lips pressed into a thin line. And then, at last, a slow, approving nod. Shen Yue kept her gaze lowered, but her hand brushed softly against his. Barely a touch. Enough for him to feel. And just for a moment, Dylan let his fingers linger. The private dinner. That evening, far from the chaos, Shen Yue's family invited Dylan to a quiet dinner. No cameras. No flashing lights. Just the soft clink of dishes and the unspoken tension of a family meeting the man now tied to their daughter. Shen Yue's father, a man of few words, spoke first. Dylan, he said slowly, you know how serious this is. The world is watching. If you are not sincere, this could destroy her. The room froze. Dylan bowed his head. His voice was calm, steady. Uncle, I know the risks. I know the weight. But my feelings are not for cameras. Not for fans. They are for her. And I will never let Shen Yue face the storm alone. Her eyes filled with tears. She glanced down at her bowl, trying to hide them. But her mother saw, and her expression softened. Shen Yue's father broke the silence with the faintest smile. Good, he said simply. And with that one word, the tension was gone. Laughter began to fill the room. Her mother asked Dylan about his childhood. Her father teased him about learning to cook. Younger relatives giggled, whispering questions about his dramas. For the first time, Dylan wasn't just a star. He was part of the family table. The world outside. But outside that warm restaurant, the world was anything but calm. Fans camped outside, chanting their names. Social media burned with theories. Entertainment outlets called it the greatest romantic revelation of the decade. Every glance, every word, every gesture was replayed endlessly. It was no longer about two celebrities. It had become a global story of love, of family, of destiny. The quiet goodbye. When dinner ended, Dylan walked Shen Yue to her car. The night air was cool. The city lights soft around them. For a long time they said nothing. Then Shen Yue whispered, Do you realize what you've done today? Dylan smiled faintly. Yes. I've told the world what my heart has known for years. Her lips trembled. She fought words she wasn't ready to say. And then softly, Then I guess I have no choice but to face it with you. Their eyes locked. The world fell away. No cameras. No screaming fans. Just two hearts, choosing each other under the Beijing night. It was real. And it was only the beginning.